Hey guys, welcome to Going Commando with Dave and Bates. I'm Dave.
I'm Bates.
And this week we'll be talking about Creature Commando, James Gunn's first installment of his larger DC universe. So follow us week to week as we follow the show week to week and hopefully have something interesting to say. Join the conversations down below. Let's get started.
So, I knew nothing of this show, or anything of it coming out.
Okay.
And we was at Comic-Con,
Yep.
at New York Comic-Con, and you was like, oh, let's go to this Creature Commandos thing. I was like, what is this Creature Commandos thing? I didn't know anything about it, didn't want to see it, whatever.
Okay.
And then I went anyway, and I was surprised that it was this James Gunn's...
Oh, so... I mean, how closely did you know about James Gunn's
universe?
universe?
I knew that he was taking over the universe and stuff after he did the third movie of what's the Marvel movie?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
right.
And they grabbed him to help out redo their whole universe.
Yeah, right. I mean, when he got the job for DC.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So wait. So, but you did. I'm sorry. You did find out prior?
Yeah, I did find out about it prior,
okay.
but I never knew about the show.
Oh, I see. Oh,
so
okay.
So when we went to the panel, it showed a lot and everything. That's why I got my first impressions of it, and that's what made me want to see it and everything.
Yeah. So kind of the same situation. I mean, I knew it was coming out. I don't believe I saw anything prior Comic-Con. I might have seen some images, maybe.
Yeah.
And I follow Frank Grillo, which is one of the actors who plays Sergeant Rick Flag Jr.
Yes, senior.
Senior Rick Flag. Yeah, but yeah, so you were pretty excited, I guess.
Yeah,
kind of coming out of Comic-Con and seeing those first impressions.
Yeah, so they explained that what's going to be canon and what we're taking over from the other movies.
Right.
So the only thing's pretty much canon is what they say, like it was said in the show, which is Peacemaker. Yes.
Right. Peacemaker. Yeah.
And that's the only thing, right?
Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad. So
little
bits
Suicide
of
Squad.
the Suicide Squad are canon.
Yeah.
I think this is something he actually said more recently.
In
some interviews, he was people, that was a big question he was getting across the circuits, right?
Yeah, and then there's one thing that he'll erase later. I'll let other people figure that out.
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil that for you. What they're gonna.
Yeah. I think what it is he's keeping what works, right?
Yes.
I mean, the audience speaks for it. I think the Suicide Squad, the one he directed.
Yeah.
I think it did good. It did well for what is it? Day and date release they call them.
Oh yeah, why?
So it was released on streaming,
yeah,
as well as the movie theaters at the same time during the pandemic. So that affected its performance a bit, but critically, it was well received, at least by audience for sure.
So what did you think of the what's called the intro of the show?
Well, going into just the style of it, right? So my first impressions of it, particularly in the opening theme, it was you had to remind me what it was called earlier. It was Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
very Cowboy Bebop. Had this funky, almost like Tarantino thing to it, right?
Yeah.
Which I dig. I want to talk more about that intro, but in terms of style, overall animation style, I think it's really cool.
Oh no, I like the animation style.
I think it's really cool. It's remnants of stuff from like the 90s. I know it has like an anime flair to it, but it reminds me of like 90s animation or 90s comic animation to some degree. Maybe a little more 2000s.
Oh yeah, because the coloring reminds me of Velma, because it had a great art style. Too bad everything else in the show was horrible. But its art style was amazing. So the art style is up to par. It was an amazing art style.
That's interesting. I've never seen too much of Velma. I think I caught an episode or something like that because it was supposed to be really good at first.
Oh, no. It's a train wreck to watch.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Oh, really?
The art carries that.
It's funny that they're both Max properties for the most part, so it's funny that you can see some sort of like similarities or parallels.
Yeah, so it could have probably I have to look it up to see what's the animation company that got to do it.
So going kind of deeper into the intro, right, the beginning of the show, how it's established and how the characters are introduced. So that's kind of what I want to get on.
Okay, so watch out for spoilers at this point.
Yeah, watch out for spoilers.
Spoilers for this point on, I guess. It's only first 2 episodes, so it's not really much to really.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could say there was more meat on the bone, but I think by the second episode, by the end of that one, I think it is a bit more satisfying.
Yeah, well, this is the first episode. So in the first episode,
Yeah.
you have to go through the characters. And
Sure.
what was your favorite character you would say?
Right now I'm loving Weasel. I don't know why. But the thing about the way the characters were introduced,
Yeah.
that's the part that bothers me.
Oh, why?
Mainly because I feel like it's the trope of having like the smash cut prison layout, right? Like this is their file. This is what they do. Like they did. Like it's weird. It's like they did that.
Well, I know what you're saying. Sorry to cut you off there, but it's like you're getting tired of seeing it that way.
Correct.
But now it's pretty much how they do Suicide Squad.
That's what I was gonna get on.
Yeah,
Right?
so, it's just their pattern. It's like, all right, we already got it doing it.
They've kind of established like this is the way to introduce the Suicide Squad. Yeah. But to be honest, I could do without it. Yeah. I get like it could, if it was done a little bit funnier. Like, how was it done? It was done very similar in the Suicide Squad as well. Yeah. But like.
Was it done in that old Suicide Squad movie?
The first one?
No, the animated one. The one where Batman showed up in the end.
I love that one.
Yeah, did they do it the same in that one too?
I think so. Was it Batman Hell to Pay? The Suicide Squad Hell to Pay.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I think so. So I think it might be that. I don't know if that's like a comic reference. So again, I didn't know a lot about this crew going in, which seems to be James Gunn's MO, right? Like, he likes to take these obscure characters and like make them into something, and he's had pretty good success.
Yeah, and it's a good way to get to quickly know the names of the characters and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so I mean, like, especially so you go because you only got 23 minutes to work with an episode, so you can throw right into all right, what we're doing with these people.
Fair. I still think it's a lazy approach. But again, I guess it's a stylistic approach.
Yeah, I think it saves time.
It definitely saves time, and it gets you right into the thick of it, which I appreciate. But I can just do without the scrolls. I can just do without the scroll and the name and I can do without it, personally.
Yeah.
Just be personal.
There's an even better way to do it. Unless you're going to do what you did with the... Dang, this is it's not that old, but it was the Avengers... where each Avenger had their own episode.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
but each Avenger had a whole episode.
The thing
you can't do that right
you
now.
You just introduce the character and show them what they do.
They're already locked up. They already got them.
Yeah, but
so
that's what I mean. So they go, this is who you... I mean... I guess because there's a briefing, right? That's what I mean. It's sort of tropey at this point. Yeah. I think what's happening is it's... with this introduction of the Suicide Squad, it's a trope. It's become a trope. Like, because it was very similar to when he was working in the first Suicide Squad, when she's rounding up all the people and narrating it to whomever, the person in charge, Rick Flag. Yeah. Right? Junior. Yeah. Same thing in number 2.
It was hilarious in number 2.
Number 2 was pretty funny. Well, that was, I mean, the approach to all that was great because you're introduced to this team and then he kills them. And then the other team's there. Yes. But I don't think you necessarily get a scroll down with them.
Well, you do because you got this guy walking around. It's like, doesn't he do what he...
But I guess. I mean, I think it's funnier through exposition, right? Because they didn't, with Polka Dot Man, for instance, they didn't they just said he's Polka Dot. What does he do? Shoot polka dots out? Yeah. Oh, man, that's weird. Yeah. And we'll get to more of those jokes a little later. So, animation, you thought was solid?
Yes, animation was solid.
And just stylistically,
my favorite characters is between is the GI. Well, for the first episode was GI Robot or Phosphorus.
Okay. Yeah. Why exactly? What resonates with?
Oh, I'm a fan of the actor that does Phosphorus's voice.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic. He's one of the best.
Yeah. I love everything he does. Whatever.
Yeah. He also plays Clayface in this series as well. So we don't know. Because we obviously we haven't seen any of it, so we don't know who lives, who dies. It is technically a type of Suicide Squad. Yeah. A lot of these guys could perish. You don't know. We don't know.
No, they're just the joke of this guy just tried to kill Nazis. Just hilarious. This is a running guy.
I think it was. Excuse me. Yeah, I agree. I think that's really funny until it's not going to be funny, and that's what I'm worried about. You know what I mean? It could be a joke that could run its course. But what I think might save it is that relationship that we saw with Nina.
Yeah,
Right, between Nina and GI Robot.
yeah.
I'm curious to know what that's about. Why is she seeking comfort from something so cold?
Yeah.
Does she feel some sort of a kinship with him?
She seems isolated a bit, but
Yeah, there's some
see
isolation.
that kind of in the second episode, whatever. Her conversation with the bride.
Yeah, I think they're setting up Nina to be the heart,
Yeah.
right? To kind of like the moral compass of this group, right?
Yeah. Yes.
She kind of is, as you can see. I mean, I didn't notice it until you just mentioned it, but she is kind of having those moments
Yeah, and
with each character.
And Waller told him that she's gonna be the one that helps him keep them in line and everything.
Right, because she's the most intelligent, I believe.
Yeah. Well, they kind of like I guess don't really want to bother her or whatever. Like, it's like
she's non-threatening.
Yeah.
Right, she's non-threatening. It's
And
like that mother hen kind of situation.
Yes, and she's the most docile one. It's like, hey guys, can you not do this? Talk this out.
Right, we saw some of that in the trailers.
Yeah,
right, kind
yeah.
of like her personality kind of shining through. The bride, that's her right now to me is I really like her story.
Yes.
I feel for her. I think most right now.
Oh yeah, because episode 2. Episode 2, I will go with episode 2.
Yeah, oh, sure. Going into we'll go touch on that in a little bit. I still want to get the rest of the guys, but in terms of the bride and what they're doing with her,
yeah,
I really, really, yeah, I dig it. It's more than you think. Again, this is James Gunn first time out. Brand new property. It's interesting. I feel like these choices that he's making now that I'm like really sitting on the episode a bit more.
I like what you said before about when we was watching it about him being senior. It's like he really wanted to keep the real one, but since they killed him off already,
I want to talk about him. Yeah,
he had to do a loophole to use Rick Flag Senior. Like, all right, this is gonna work. Like,
yeah. Speaking of Rick Flag Senior, I am pleasantly surprised by him. I'm not like a huge Frank Grillo follower. I've been following him lately. He's been kind of generating more attention, and just moving up in terms of his acting roles, his capabilities.
Yeah.
And as a voice actor, I'm really pleasantly surprised that he can emote so much.
Oh, okay.
I like the character that they're playing with him. Like, I'm more curious to see it in live action at this point because Frank Grillo is going to be a really big through line.
Yeah.
He's already shot all his scenes in Superman, so he will be live action in Superman.
Oh, okay.
He's playing a big role in that.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah. So yeah. He was seen on set. He talks about it on interviews and stuff. So he's going to be in a few other things, right? So. He seems to be a really big through line. He's almost like maybe, I would imagine, right? This is theories. He might be like, not Waller's lapdog, but like confidant maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Because he the Flag family, as I understood it, with very little I know, is very into being a patriot, very into protecting the USA, the government, and believes in what they're doing. This is why the Flag family is in the positions that they are, leading these individuals.
Okay.
But early on, they really show a lot of empathy with Frank Grillo, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, because we already have the cold-hearted Waller, which everything she's in, she's just a cold-hearted character. They always do it right. I have never seen a bad Waller yet.
I can concur on that one.
Like I just like her all the time, and that's just called good character writing and keeping the character.
Yeah, they always seem to keep Waller consistent. They even had her on Smallville.
Oh yeah.
They had her on Smallville, and it wasn't bad. I can't remember the actress. I want to say it's the same actress who voiced her in the Justice League cartoon.
Okay.
Which is my introduction to Waller.
Yeah, it's Justice League cartoon.
Yeah, it was
her and
she was amazing.
Batman
I
Beyond.
love that character. Batman Beyond. Well, that was the epilogue.
Yeah, it was that's one of the with Unlimited with the going through time.
Yeah, it was so it was an epilogue. No, it was just like a wrap up. They just did like a wrap up.
Oh no, like how he was made.
Yeah. They just it was like a Batman Beyond episode within Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
It
was like the final episode to finish it all. But yeah, so I really like. So the reason I like what they're doing with Frank Grillo specifically is because you don't get a lot of these tough guys, kind of being vulnerable, like in the scene. Spoilers. In the scene where they go into the palace.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and he's scared because the.
And he's scared, and he's like, "Wait, I wasn't." Right, but typically you would see someone like The Rock or something like that, kind of be like, "Oh yeah, you want to go against my team, right?"
Yeah,
and they would all kind of like start facing off, and then someone would come in the middle, or someone would crack the joke as it was. It was all just kind of to get some laughs.
Yes.
I really, really like that he played it scared, like the fact that James Gunn wrote it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He could have easily done it like, oh, these guys are tough.
One thing kind of bothered me though is the whole like leading this militia of like just dudes. Just
sure, yeah, that
boys,
the silliness,
boys being boys.
Yeah, so that silliness in the beginning almost got lost to me. They kind of sandwiched it between the two episodes, right? Because they kind of start with the Xerxes thing, right, and then they sandwich the final. Second episode, she comes back again, but now she's like interacting with our main characters, right?
Yeah. She might as well was like, all right, well, I'm gonna jump them before they jump me, or whatever.
Right.
Because the characters are.
So there are some things I did want to talk about that I didn't like, and I was touching on that with like the intro and stuff like that. The one thing I didn't like was the dated jokes. I guess it makes sense. I mean, some of it. Well, all the humor didn't hit for me the way I think it was intended. Like the what's up and
Oh no, because they're showing how far back they are.
Yeah.
Like how behind on American culture they are.
Yeah,
that's why I was saying that Jamie Kennedy. How long ago was that?
Right.
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Because
that was like what 20
because like
years?
All right, Peacekeeper was still
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. Sorry. Peacemaker.
Next time I won't correct you. We're just going to have it just under.
He keeps on screwing it up. Yeah. Peacemaker, what's it called? What year was the year in the show?
Oh, I don't know if they gave it I think it was just modern day, 2022, 2023.
So, yeah, this was modern day, right?
Yeah.
Because this is supposed to be 2 years after that.
That's right. Yeah,
so this is 2 years after that. So... And then she was saying that her country is behind. She's trying to bring it back, to try to catch up, to modernize it to America and stuff.
So I think that goes into something that I have a thing with is I don't watch too much animation stuff.
Yeah.
And so maybe sometimes I'm not like focused so much on the story or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But again, it's been a long week, so I'm gonna.
Oh, so you didn't watch the Suicide Squad anime?
Oh no, of course. Well, hell, they pay. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you did watch the anime?
Oh yeah. Oh wait, the anime.
Yeah, the anime.
The one they just released.
Yeah.
No, I did not. So yeah.
Good job, sir.
Yeah. I'm not keeping that up that close. Was that released under James Gunn? I could have sworn.
No. They gave it to I think it's a Japanese company to do some with the characters.
You know what it is? I saw the Japanese Batman where they all like went to feudal Japan.
Oh, that one, yeah.
And then at the end, it just became this.
Mechs and it went crazy. I was like, what that's
happening with this?
I think they're doing another one of those or something like that.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that one. Yeah, personally.
Art was alright, but like, just, some of the things was just wild.
So for instance, a dated joke would be again the name jokes. It's always like Star-Lord, who. Right?
Okay.
So they did that with his middle name being Bill, right? With the main character being Bill. Sorry, I keep looking off camera. I'm looking off to you. To our producer, Mike over here.
I felt that funny though. Like it's humor I get, whatever. Like,
I mean, it was cute. Okay. It was cute. So just speaking overall for the humor and the first episode, I think some of it missed for me.
Yeah. So still, like, I still enjoy the, sorry to say his name, but the Whedonisms, like, the
Wheat, Josh, yeah. We don't talk about that guy.
Yeah. But it's like...
like the quipping.
Yeah, quipping thing, I'm still... Yeah. It doesn't bother me. I still enjoy the quipping and stuff.
I think sometimes it works. I definitely got some parallels with Nina and King Shark, for instance.
Oh, okay.
Right, in their loneliness, there was a scene where she's looking out the bus. She touches the glass to a little girl.
Oh, she waves to the girl.
Right.
And back.
Yeah, and then the mother like pulls her away.
Yeah.
And that's similar to where King Shark is looking out the window, kind of dreaming of having life with a friend. So I don't know if it's kind of repetitious in a way.
Well, I guess it's those water animals. Oh, I wouldn't call them animals.
Bro, be careful, man.
We're not...
Water people, water persons.
They can't breathe the same air as us, man. They can't breathe the same air as us.
I wonder. Wasn't that something that was said that someone referred to her as human?
Yes, the bride.
The bride referred to her as human, right? Because I believe that character, and I might be wrong, but I believe she's Atlantean.
Oh, okay.
And Atlanteans are considered, I believe, human.
Aren't they like
because they're from Earth, right?
Yeah, but I thought they're like superhumanish.
Yeah, I mean they're enhanced or metahumans, I believe.
Yeah,
metahumans. But
metahumans are still humans.
But I think they're a species. I'm not sure if they're metahumans, but I think they're just I guess metahumans would be the subspecies.
Yeah.
Don't come after us on this one. This is well above our heads.
Yeah.
But kind of going into the second half.
Yes.
Moving on to this. So the first episode I think overall was a kind of an introduction.
Nice little pilot, get to you what's
pilot.
going on. Tell you like, all right, what they're doing, why they're here, why they're together.
The setup.
I
I mean, it just was a setup. Was I 100% satisfied?
Kind of learned some of their personalities in the next episode.
A little bit, we get a little bit more deeper diving.
Phosphorus trying to fight the flag.
So in terms of action, we didn't get too much of that in the first episode. I feel. I think
not really.
Little, maybe hints of it. Not really, right?
No.
Maybe that's why I was like iffy about the first one, right? I expected the big bang,
Oh, I don't expect fighting in the first episode because it's like, what are we doing here? Unless you do one of those flashback things where they do this fight and then you go, so you're wondering how I got here. This all started 3 months ago. And then they flip back.
Oh, yeah. No, I can definitely do without all of that.
See, that cliche thing kind of gets annoying.
The first episode ends with the fight between Phosphorus and Rick Flag.
Yeah.
It was a very grounded fight for someone who's made of radioactive energy and just like a human, right? So in terms of choreography, I thought, you know what I mean? Like there was a scene where they're getting into it and Rick Flag tries to grab him by the arm, but he gets burned, or he punches him.
Yeah,
and he singes his hand. So, he tries to figure out ways. But then there was a moment where he suplexes.
Oh no, he does the Guile suplex. I was like, suplex.
He freaking suplexed him, which I was like, oh, that's so rad. You know what I mean? It's such a like superpower type of approach. You know what I mean? It's grappling, right? He just bear hugged the dude and like tossed him. Which I really appreciated. And back to what you said, what the oven mitt, where he grabs him and he like starts smashing his head. Oh, that was pretty sweet. I did enjoy the choreography. In animation, there's still choreography. When it comes to fighting, martial arts, even blocking, believe it or not. So definitely good on that so far.
And now Weasel was gonna get shot at one point because GI Robot was like, he looks like he
going
he's
back
to that he's a Nazi.
So GI Robot, again. So that joke, we'll see how long that joke will last. We'll see.
Makes me laugh.
So kind of going into the next episode, you didn't like the relationship between the queen, the incoming queen and Frank Grillo, and that's kind of where we pick up after that fight. She's tending to his wounds.
This part was just funny, and I enjoyed this part where
of course,
Phosphorus was outside the
the
bathroom.
Excuse me. So. Right, so after the fight, she's tending to his wounds and then cleaning them up, and then of course she is quite aggressive with again Frank Grillo, Rick Flag Sr. And again, he's playing like this character that you don't typically see in these particular right. The tough guy, he'll be like, yeah, let's go for it. But he's trying to say, it's not professional and blah blah blah. But then he gets pushed to the his breaking point essentially.
Yeah.
And so he gives in to his deeper desires. And they start ravaging each other in the royal bathroom. I don't know, royal washroom. Not exactly sure where they were. And meanwhile, Dr. Phosphorus was standing guard along with.
I don't think it would be the royal bathroom because it was really small.
It
But
was pretty, yeah.
there's enough room for both of them. And what's it called?
Because in my notes, I just put Dr. Phosphorus was like major wingman, right? Like,
because
which is a weird.
It was like, wait up, hold on. There's busy in there. He's like, you want to give him a second.
Yeah.
Because the general of the army
Yeah.
wanted to tell him that the other two girls left.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's why did these other girls leave?
Oh,
sure. So talk about.
It was a bride's hometown.
Yeah, so
and stuff like that.
This is a whole plot point for Miss Frankenstein, right?
Yes, which is
the bride.
Much,
sorry,
yes.
the bride.
And what's it called? You kind of get that hint as soon as she asks where they are, which is we're flying over, and he drops the song, which says "Welcome Home" or something like that.
Yes. So this was a big part of the plot that we forgot to mention was the town that they had come to with the queen, right?
Yeah.
Is the town of which the bride was born or created, essentially.
It's something you kind of see coming when she like acts, when she looks out and like asks where you're at. Like you pretty much, that's predictable.
It was said without being said, essentially.
Yeah. I was like, all right, this is our hometown, I guess. All right, I got that. All right.
Yeah.
But the outcome was very enjoyable, even if I seen it coming and everything.
Yeah, I mean, even though it was like the predictable setup or whatever.
Coincidence, but
it wasn't something that they were trying to hide from us.
Right,
so it's not like that's fine, right? Obviously she was uneasy, right? Yeah. And this is where we start going a little deeper into the bride's background, which again I really really liked. I thought it was.
So it was a funny thing where, what's the water girl's name? Nina. She's in the tub and she's sharing a room with the bride, and the bride looks out the window and jumps out. Nina looks out the tub and sees him fly out the window. And by the time she runs down the roofs and stuff like she gets down, jumps down to the main floor. Nina's coming out.
Right.
It's like, so that's how fast Nina is.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Still like getting dressed or whatever.
So that's pretty funny because we don't know a lot about Nina's power yet.
Right.
I'm assuming magical because she's
she's supposed to be strong underwater.
Right. So some sort of mystical. I mean, because in what is it, Atlantis?
Yeah.
Or in that world of Aquaman, there are more magical beings and then more aquatic type of beings.
Yes.
So they'll lean in certain different ways. Like Aquaman himself, I guess maybe because he's mixed, he doesn't have
like
magic.
Aqualad kind of controls water and stuff like that.
Exactly, right? Because he's a full Atlantean. Exactly. Yeah. So, the bride is fantastic. Again, going into her story, I really liked it because I wasn't expecting it to be that tragic with, like, her being created and then for the monster Frankenstein, right? Eric Frankenstein, apparently.
Yeah.
She was created strictly for him. But in that, he himself, Eric, is a child himself. Especially at the time of her creation, where Dr. Frankenstein, created them.
See, I don't think he's much of a child because he was too intellectual. It's just he had certain things that this guy was not teaching him.
Maybe.
All right, this is what.
Well, maybe he taught him to learn, right? So we still, there's a lot we don't know about Frankenstein, Eric Frankenstein.
Yeah. All right, so the things he was talking about and stuff was very intellectual. That was above my head in certain aspects. Sure. So I was like, all right, wait up.
Yeah.
But he was like childish and what's the word for he just expected the person to love him without knowing him or anything, and being very impatient.
Sure.
So you didn't teach him any patience or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then here, all right, so Dr. Frankenstein. I want to go around on this guy.
Oh man, yeah. So go for it. Yeah, talk about the whole situation with the bride.
Okay,
her creator.
So he explains that she was just born, and it's like a baby just being born, but they know their mother. She knows nobody. So he's the first thing she sees.
Right.
And he tries to calm her down. Frankenstein scares the heck out of her, whatever. Then he teaches her how to talk and everything like that.
Yeah,
to
and
be
then
a person.
Eric Frankenstein's getting impatient. He's like, "Why
Yes.
is this important?" And then he exclaims, "Well, you want a bride who can speak."
Yes.
In which he retorts quite
So
elegantly that talking just gets in the way and of real feelings or something.
yeah,
And he
yeah,
said
yeah.
some poetic stuff. And
Yeah, then there's the
I was
super
like,
poetic
"Oh
thing. I
wait."
was like, what? Okay. So he
Yeah.
has some super intelligence there.
He's definitely So he's definitely hyper intelligent. He seems to possess some sort of obviously strength because
Yeah.
he's freaking Frankenstein, right?
But like, okay, so then he gets the what's it called? The bride a necklace, the doctor.
Okay.
And then like another time, you see him in a scuffle with Frankenstein because Frankenstein's impatient.
Sure, yeah.
Because she doesn't like him touching her or whatever. Because he
her,
scares her.
her initial reaction,
Yeah.
when she was born of
and it
seeing
seems that
Frankenstein in her eyes,
he's very aggressive to her.
Yeah, aggressive. He's a monster.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a monster.
And this guy still didn't teach him how to like woo his way with her or anything.
I mean,
but the problem is,
granted, he is a guy creating people.
Yeah.
in a laboratory by himself.
Yeah, but he has kids also. He's a wife and kids. You see it in the picture.
Maybe he had a wife and kids.
No, he still had them.
Oh, really?
Because Frankenstein said, "How about I kill your wife?" That's why he made those.
That's right. He exclaimed that, "Oh, you have a wife and
Yes.
kids." Whoa,
And
that gets even deeper. Okay, so now it's really disturbing.
And they lived in a different house up the hill.
Yeah.
Because that's what the bride said when he was going through the house. Like, your creator's like, oh, his family went and lived here. Gotcha. And they lived up the hill or whatever.
Yeah,
So he gave us the clues of what was going on. So, you could pretty much, since he gave this girl life, and he gave this guy life, he's their parent.
Correct. In theory, right? Create life.
But he still ended up fucking her.
Yeah.
So, not only did he fuck his own daughter, he groomed her to fuck his own daughter.
Yeah, I mean, it was really... So,
and then, on top of that, it's in front of the son. The son walks in and sees this, or he's standing there when this happens and stuff like that. Because, well, the son lives in that place. I don't think that guy's going anywhere. So he cuffed him. So he cuffed his son.
Yeah, so
and fucked his daughter.
So essentially, he's like, "Yeah, go wait in the other room."
Yeah, I'm gonna teach her something real
Whatever
quick.
you do, don't come out.
She is a corpse, so he's also fucking a corpse. So
yeah, so you basically get a little bit of necrophilia, a little bit of incest going on, a lot of disturbing stuff, which is again super. This is why it just adds to the tragic backstory of the bride. Right?
He is an asshole.
Which is insane.
He's the real villain of this whole show.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, and what ends up happening is, as he's having sex with the bride. Right, Frankenstein stumbles in, I guess, from the kitchen.
Yeah, well, again.
Yeah, exactly.
He had nowhere else to go.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't go out.
He's like, yo, go get the mail.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to the store, give me some milk.
So that's really, So at that point, we fast forward a little bit to another scene.
Yeah,
Frankenstein essentially rips this dude in half.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretzeled him.
Yeah, and kind of letting the bride know, hey, I had to do this for our love, right? Just crazy.
Then he chases her through the ages and stuff like that, and it's not his fault.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is kind of where we get into the story now of what their history is, or what, right? They're moving forward through time. Is that he is essentially chasing her through time?
Yes.
Trying to essentially court her.
Yeah. Well, kind of like, again, what his father taught him was, grab what you want, fuck everybody else's feelings.
I mean, indirectly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely.
Because he ain't teaching patience, and he just took it from her. So we have to go back to, like, what's it called? That was the flashback of the bride. We have to hurry up and go back to the present day.
Oh, sure.
Because we forgot the main villain.
The main villain shows
which
up.
Which got outshined by Dr. Frankenstein.
So let's set the scene real quick, because what's happening is we're getting all of these flashbacks during the time where Nina and the bride are kind of going. They're going through her old house where she was created. So the doctor's mansion.
Yeah.
And she's looking for a keepsake that the doctor gave to her.
Yeah, the necklace.
The necklace that he gave to her. And so upon Nina's discovery of it, this is where Cersei flies in.
Starts
and she was tipped off by something that happened.
The guys was watching the castle. So when they left out, It's like, oh, they're leaving and they're at this house.
Oh, sure, yes. And she was tipped off by something that happened.
Oh no, the guys was watching the castle. So when they left out, it's like, oh, they're leaving and they're at this house. So that's why they ended up ambushing them there and everything. And it was a good fight. So
they got ambushed. It was just one of those like epic third act kind of situations.
Yes.
Not a lot of talking. Just Cersei. A lot of action. Pretty good action. Again,
Cersei was getting her ass handed to her.
Cersei was getting beat up by the bride, so Cersei. So this is where it kicks in, right?
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I'm like, wait a minute, Cersei, she's a god.
Yeah.
So she's fighting like this.
She
monster.
broke her crotch crystal with a low kick. Cracked the crotch crystal.
No, so the first phase.
She was ground pounding her. That's when she grabbed her hands and then turned them into a.
Oh wait, recap that again.
So like, I believe you wasn't paying attention when she kicked her with a.
Yeah, I missed that part.
Yeah, she had a crotch crystal that cracked when she kicked it.
Okay.
And then that's when she got on top of her and started.
Oh, I see. So the bride is like ground and pound kind of situation. Yeah.
So
and then this is where Cersei kind of just
grabbed her hands. It changed them into.
Right.
Double flavor 2 men.
Yeah. And so what ended up happening there was, so the bride and Nina just essentially got their asses handed to them.
Because Nina wasn't really fighting at all.
Yeah.
So trying to run away.
So I was reminded at this point, the first phase of James Gunn universe, Gods and Monsters.
Okay.
This is what he calls it.
Oh, okay.
And it didn't click until that final fight with me.
Because there's a monster.
And I was like, wait a minute, Cersei's like a god, and she's fighting a monster. I'm like, duh. And so that's when it hit, and I think that's why it was a really good cap. To the like the first episode works, as a setup, but I feel like it definitely worked better as a 2-parter.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they released those 2 parts.
Yeah. Hopefully they keep up with the 2 every week.
No, so I think it's gonna be a one episode a week.
Okay, one episode.
One
episode.
Right,
that makes it easy for me to keep up with.
Yeah, 1 episode a week. I'm not exactly sure how many episodes. I'm assuming 9, 8, something like that. In that ballpark. I'm sure that people will correct me, or next week we'll know. And so
we'll be very disappointed or really happy.
Exactly. So Bates, why don't you just tell me your final thoughts on this?
Oh no, I loved it. I just loved it.
Just like that.
Yeah. So I'll be tuning in for see how the rest of it goes.
Okay. So any gripes at the moment?
Oh, I explained my gripes.
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
And if I was supposed to hate the Doctor, I do. They did work.
Oh yeah, Doctor was pretty much the worst.
But
character.
he got pretzeled. So
yeah.
So. Well, no, like as long as they keep this what's called momentum going, which they should. It shouldn't be hard. James Gunn knows what he's doing. So I can't really see him fumbling this. And what's it called? And probably like every episode we're gonna get somebody else's backstory.
Yeah.
So I already like how the dynamic of the characters work. So I believe this will be.
Do you think it's gonna be a hit on the level of Peacemaker?
Well, I don't know because you have those people that don't like animation that much. Weird people to me. But
I have to say I'm not exactly one of those people, but I can be sometimes.
Yeah,
I can be a little put off by animation, but I love DC, obviously, and so for me, anything DC puts out, I'm gonna take a peek.
All right.
Yeah, and I think for overall my thoughts on the series right now, these last 2 episodes. Again, I think it was a good book ending to the first 2 episodes. Starting with Cersei's, ending with Cersei's.
Actually.
And now I believe I'm thinking this 3rd episode we're starting with Cersei's again, right? And we're kind of going into what.
Well, because they captured. Now both of them are captured.
Yeah, so now the bride and Nina are captured.
We've got Frankenstein's on the way.
Frankenstein is on the way. He got word, and of course he's going to try to court his bride.
Yeah, and then we had Frank Grillo and
the rest of the team is also on the way. So I think we'll be picking up next week with that, and we'll see where it's at. I want to thank everybody for coming out today and checking us out. Tune in next week as we'll continue our journey, and you'll be going Commando with Dave and Bates. I'm Dave.
I'm Bates.
And we're signing off. Hey guys, thanks for watching Going Commando with Dave and Bates. If you like what you saw, please hit like and subscribe.
And please hit that notification bell to let you know when we drop a new video.
All right, we'll be seeing you every week on Going Commando with Dave and Bates, following Creature Commando of the DC Universe.
Twice.